ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Portland Board of Education podcast. And with me in the studio is our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Charles Britton. Hi, Charles. How are you?
Dave, how are you? I know you are cruising into retirement soon, so
Yeah, we're seeing the exit ramp.
uh, I look forward to celebrating with you.
I got the blinker on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've always said that I'm still a good 5-6 years away from retirement, but there are two things that I look forward to when I retire:
Yeah.
September and October.
There. Why not?
In the life of an educator, September and October, we don't see the outdoors as much, and it happens to be the most beautiful time in New England. So.
Absolutely. You get the fall season, you get the foliage, and we kind of miss out on those little iniquities. So
Yeah, it's getting beautiful out right now.
it is. It is. The weather's cool at night. It's you don't have to turn the heat on. You can open the windows and it's nice and cool. Whatever. So
Yeah,
anyway,
absolutely.
so tell us what's happening now. This is our first one of the school year,
Yep.
and this is the first podcast in our new digs here, and
Yeah, nice. You did a nice job in here.
so it works. So we can go from there. So anyway, so what's happening?
We're off to a good start. Can't believe we're almost at Halloween at this point. September flew right by. Great start to the year. Everybody's back, healthy, charged up, ready to go. We started the year with some really exciting new enhancements. The track is nearly complete.
Yeah.
We launched our new student information system, and it's called Power School. That's going really well. We're working on upgrading our weight room. Lots of exciting curriculum and teaching and learning things happening. All of our sports teams are doing really well, and it's if well begun is halfway done, then we must be about to turn the page on the calendar. I think we're off to a terrific start.
Great. So have you tried out the new weight room yet?
No, it's actually we have the grant secured and
Okay.
the equipment is ordered. So once that comes in, which could be any day now, that's the big lift. Will be reconfiguring the room, setting it up, working on all of the ventilation and painting it and getting it all ready to go. Hopefully by the start of the winter sports season, we'll have that up and running.
And I like your description, the big lift.
Yes, the big lift. You got it.
Well, that's good. That's good. And it's going to be in the same place, correct?
Correct. Yeah, right in
okay.
high school.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Fine. All right, cool. What else we got?
So I'd love to talk to you a little bit about where we are with the facility study committee and what every Portland resident can expect in their mailbox over the next 4 or 5 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So as a reminder, we have begun a process of moving forward with some badly needed renovations at our elementary schools.
Yes.
So the elementary schools have had no major capital investments or work done on them now since 1991,
Yep.
right? And I think if anybody can imagine if you did no major work on your house since 1991, the condition it might be in would be bordering on uncomfortable, if not unlivable, right?
Yes.
So that's where we are with our 3 elementary schools, and they're in need of some attention.
Yep.
So last year, a facility study committee made some recommendations to the Board of Education and the Board of Selectmen. One of those recommendations was to form a new committee, a municipal studies committee, to figure out what might happen to buildings if one of our schools was decommissioned,
Okay.
specifically Gildersleeve. The recommendation from the facility study committee was to turn Valley View into a pre-K 3 school, Gildersleeve into a grade 4, 5, 6 school, and close or decommission Gildersleeve.
Yep.
But what the committee didn't do was make any recommendations about what might happen to Gildersleeve building.
Uh-huh.
Whether it would be torn down or turned into something else or sold as is.
Yep.
Now, what's hopeful here is that the Board of Selectmen has formed that committee. So right now there is a committee that's working on investigating not only Gildersleeve, but all of the town facilities. If there were any major reconfigurations or reallocations of departments and schools, what might happen to buildings that were left behind. So that work is ongoing, and I know that committee has now got its membership going. I'm not sure if they've met yet, but they will be soon. And some really important recommendations are going to come from that
Yep.
study committee about what to do if the town makes the decision to decommission at least one school. Additionally, I think that the Board of Selectmen, in listening to a lot of their conversations, was interested in getting additional community feedback. Right. So, what would the residents, the voters, the people who live in Portland and utilize the schools and resources in the town, what do they think about these ideas?
Right.
So I have it here in front of me. It's a survey, and it's been commissioned by the Board of Selectmen, and a company called Great Blue is going to go out and do a market study by sending essentially a postcard to everybody in Portland with a QRL code.
Yep.
Where you kind of scan it with your phone.
Yep.
And you get to this survey, and it's lengthy.
Yep.
So the only thing I would say to people is please take some time with this survey. It's not quick. It's not an easy read. But these are big questions and require some thought.
Sure.
But I know that the Board of Selectmen and the Board of Education is going to be very interested in what the folks in Portland think about these ideas. So the Municipal Studies Buildings Study Committee is continuing its work. This survey is going out, and I know that information and feedback both from that committee and this survey is very much going to be used by the Board of Education and the Board of Selectmen
Sure.
to make some recommendations about what the future of the schools will be, whether there will continue to be 3 elementary schools, whether there might someday be 2 elementary schools, or whether there might be 1 elementary school.
Right. Right.
So that's exciting. It's happening. It's happening, on a reasonable timeline, but time isn't on our side all that much, Dave. The schools need some attention, and they have some pretty significant infrastructure needs. Right now, they're in good shape, but longer term, we've got our work cut out for us.
Sure. And I think too, in attending the Board of Selectmen's meetings, one of the things that the Board of Selectmen are worried about as well is not only the schools, but the town is facing a lot of challenging issues. One of is our water system, and we've got had some new wells drilled, which were very, very promising and so forth. But in order to upgrade that, the town ultimately is going to have to bond some money. So, basically, what they're looking at is basically, whatever happens with the school system and so forth, and whatever happens with the water system, okay, they can bond for one amount rather than, okay, we're going to do this, and then all of a sudden, we're going to come back to the taxpayers and, want to get another bite at the apple, so to speak.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt that some big asks are coming.
Yes.
Right. That these issues aren't new.
No.
They've been around for a while, and I think they're, as a function of good leadership in the town, is some recognition that we can't live like ostriches. That we have to address these things, but also in so doing, it's really important that we engage the people we serve, and gather their input and gather their opinions, so that people are educated and aware of the needs,
Right.
but then willing to support things that are not cheap, right? We all enjoy the services of schools, and we all enjoy when we flush our toilet, it goes somewhere in a safe, environmentally friendly way, and that when we turn our water on, it is potable, clean water that is coming into our homes. Those things don't happen by magic.
Exactly.
They happen as a function of good community planning.
Yep.
Which is what is happening now.
Yeah, and I think that's rightfully so. I think too, I think it was in doing this survey, I think it was a good plan to where we can, not shoot from the hip. We get the, basically some feedback from the voters and how they feel and what their priorities are, and which would, I think, serve the town very well.
Right, and that's important, and it's also important for folks to know that something is going to happen.
Yes.
Right, that either we're going to have schools that can sustain teaching and learning, we're going to have clean water, and we're going to have good sewage systems,
Yep.
or we're not.
Yes.
And if we don't, how long do you think we're really going to get with paint and spackle
Exactly.
versus some actual resilient, energy efficient, high quality instructional space designed with school security in mind, and energy efficiency, and something that's cost effective and
Right.
not inefficient for the long term.
Right. Well, the thing is, you can only kick the can down the road so many times.
That's right.
You
That's
know.
right. Yep.
So that's great. So I think in that standpoint, I think we can get a quicker turnaround. Like you say, I think the time frame of the survey is timely, and please, the voters should take the time and go through it and give us your honest opinion.
Exactly. And what I would say is when that survey comes out, the report, a video I made, previous podcasts,
Yep.
it's all on the website.
Yeah.
Take a look at it. One of the things that the survey has done is try to explain in a relatively succinct way
Yep.
what has been 2 years worth of study that's gotten us to this point.
Right.
And it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot to unpack. There were no stones left unturned,
No.
both in terms of how much it would cost, what it would mean, what grade levels would be where, how it would work.
Yeah.
And I think that the Great Blue folks did a nice job getting it down into a reasonable number of questions.
Yep.
But it's not a short survey.
Right.
It's not a
No.
quick Likert scale, agree, strongly,
Right.
agree, disagree. It's going to take some thought, but that's what we need.
Sure. But this is what that company does.
That's what they do.
And that's their forte. That's their wheelhouse. So we have their expertise, and let's utilize it and go forward.
Right. Yeah. And then, raise your awareness about the issue and give an informed opinion that I promise you will be used by decision makers in the town, that is going to chart a path forward for the next 20, 25 years of education
Mm-hmm.
in the town of Portland. What could be more important?
Exactly. So great. Fantastic. All right. What else we got going here?
Really, that's the big one.
Okay.
In addition to that, I'm working on ed specs plans and preparing for all contingencies. Otherwise, kids are happy, teachers are here. We're in a really good place.
That's good.
It is going to be a great year, and hopefully we're doing the work we need to do this year for the future of our town and for all of our students.
Sure. Exactly. And give us an update on the track and where that's going.
Yeah, so if anybody has a chance, drive up to the high school and take a look. I know the rubberized surface is supposed to be going on sometime in the next 2 weeks.
Yep.
So certainly I'm hoping by Halloween, if not, I can almost guarantee by Thanksgiving, we're going to have a beautiful track up there. I believe that soccer team is able to get onto the field now.
Yeah.
And boy, the surface is just beautiful. I've been watching those engineers and folks build it all summer. They've done an amazing amount of work up
They
there. But it's going to be a treasure for the community for a long time now. That thing is built in a way that it is not going to crack or settle anytime
Absolutely.
soon. So
Absolutely.
track meets will be back. Folks can come up here and enjoy it, get some exercise in after school. It's a great investment for the town.
Great. Yeah, and I know they have all new fencing around it. They have all new drainage around the soccer field.
Yep.
So everything is looking really great, and it's just like I say, applying that rubber coated finish over top, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah,
And then
lining it out and
Line-
making sure the 1 mile line and all the
Yeah,
different sprints lines and the various track and field events can be held on it.
that way I can come up every morning like I used to.
Yeah, get a
and,
walk
and
in.
do my mile every day. and so
Sure,
forth.
absolutely.
That's been on hiatus since they've done this. So anyway, but that's neither here. I get my exercise and get my steps in for sure.
Yep.
For sure. So
Good.
anyway, all right. The sports seasons are going well.
Everything's going great. Teams are doing really well. Both soccer teams are doing fantastic. Cross country's doing well. Football's doing well. Volleyball, it's one of the first years of the varsity program. So many volleyball players out there.
Right.
I'm proud of them all. They're doing great.
So volleyball, that's a fairly new
Correct.
addition to the sports.
Yeah, we did a couple years of JV only, but now we've gone through the initiation and have a varsity program.
There we go. Fantastic. Well, there we go. Now we have all those potential Olympians that we can get out there.
Yeah, we'll take them. Yep.
To go from there. So, all right, fantastic. All right, I think that about does it. Is that?
That's it. Thanks,
That's
Dave.
about it. All right.
Hopefully, we get one more of these in before you retire, right?
Oh yeah. We'll have to do that. We'll have to get one more. Like I say, we were in hiatus for a
Yep.
little bit because we're moving the studio and so forth,
Yeah.
and we got that. I did one with Ryan last week, with Russ Melman and our new library director. So
Yeah, and a news youth services director. You have to get Courtney up here.
yes, we're going to get Courtney up here, and in fact, I even shot out a text to Bob Shea if he wanted to join us today, but I didn't hear back from him, so I figure
He's busy. no
yes,
doubt.
he is. So anyway, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this episode of the Portland Board of Education podcast with our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Charles Britton. So that's the update on coming up on Halloween, and we have. Just to make sure everybody knows, there's going to be Halloween on Main Street, and that's going to be October 27th. And so bring the kids out. It's a great time on Main Street. All of the businesses take part, and it's a nice, safe, family-friendly atmosphere to come out and drink coffee. Walk up and down the streets, and the kids have a ball. So hopefully they're there. So that's about it. So we will catch you on next time. Thank you so much.